Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Identity Insights by Indicio. Today, I'm joined by James Ebert, who's a senior mobile software engineer at Indicio and the lead on our Holdr Plus project. And he's here to talk about the latest announcement, which is that Holdr Plus is live. Thanks so much for taking some time to speak with me today, James. Could you please give us some background on Holdr Plus and why you'd want to use it?
Yeah, so Holdr Plus provides a method for end users to be able to receive credentials and present those credentials to get them verified, and really shines in the context of relationships and ecosystems.
Okay, awesome. So to really get into what that means, I know that you brought a demo for us today. Would you mind take it away whenever you feel ready, and you can show off what that would look like?
Let me take it away. So here I have set up the proven issuer. This is the SelfServe application. This is available for you to be able to utilize to issue your self-credentials. And then this is Holdr Plus. So I've already gone ahead and set up, gone through the onboarding stages here. So what I want to demonstrate is to get a email credential. So what I'm going to do first is over here, I'm going to put in my email address, confirm I'm human, and hit submit. This will send me an email, which I will show here. And I will click on the link here. And this will provide a QR code for me to scan. So I'm going to go ahead and hit connect. And I'm going to choose scan a code. And this has created a secure peer-to-peer connection with the proven issuer. And then additionally, immediately thereafter, the proven issued me a credential offer. This credential offer is for an email credential, essentially testing that the proven has verified my email. I'm going to go ahead and accept this. And this has been added to my wallet, which can be accessed down here. And you can view the details whenever you would like. From here, I have a credential now, and I can actually do things with this now. Additionally, in addition to the issuer, we have a SelfServe Verifier. This is to help demonstrate the verification of the email taking place. What generally happens is the verifier is going to want to verify a email credential and then do some business use case. But this is a really good way to demonstrate and help communicate the idea. So similar to previously, I'm going to go ahead and hit connect and establish a connection with the verifier. And we can see that I have the proven verifier as a contact, and some information has been requested from me. So the proven verifier is requesting that I share my email address that has been validated by the proven issuer. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. It's being sent securely over. And we can see that the credentials were verified, and we get a confirmation on the Holdr side of things that the information was received. So that is the primary workflow that is the bread and butter so far within this SSI ecosystem. The really cool part that I want to show today is I have prepped another Holdr Plus app. You can think of this as John here has, my coworker has Holdr Plus set up on his phone. What he can do is he can go to connect and he can hit display a code. And what I can then do is I will go to connect, and I'm going to scan again, but I'm going to scan John's code this time. And this will allow me to connect to John. If you can see that on the contacts, John now has a contact called James, and I have a contact called John. And I can go ahead and message him. And this has allowed us to message peer-to-peer securely across DidCon. And this is really cool and not something that this is a really cool and exciting innovation that Holdr Plus has done here. One of the cool things also that is supported here is the use of emojis for other languages. I don't have my phone set up for other languages because I only speak English as my native language, but we've done other demos in which you can alter this and use Russian or French, etc., which is really cool. Any follow-up questions, Tim? That's what I have to present on the demo.
All right, that's awesome. No, I am curious, right? Messaging through DidCom. You said that's kind of a new thing for Holdr Plus. What makes that kind of more secure than a text message? It looks pretty similar.
I would say the difference here is that it's end-to-end encrypted, which is not something you necessarily get with text messaging. And one of the things I would say here is that we are really excited about where this leads in the future, because this is only the beginning actually for this chat-based flow. Because one of the things that Holdr Plus really tries to emphasize is that credentials only matter in the context of relationships. In that if you have a certification, but you can't do anything with that, you can't show anyone, you can't take action with that data, with that information, then it doesn't actually do you any good. So and there's relationships between organizations and you, and with your peers and you. And those have some different kinds of needs, and some of those overlap. And this is a step in the right direction for being able to further enhance peer-to-peer messaging and your relationships.
All right, that sounds pretty cool. Is there a way to sort currently or in the future in Holdr Plus, like between your personal contacts or organizations, and kind of define those different relationships for you?
Yes, that's something that's on the roadmap. And we want to add additional sorting and tagging capabilities so that you can better organize your contacts.
Sounds good. So I appreciate the demo, James. It looks pretty quick and easy to get set up, to be honest. Is there any key features of Holdr Plus that would set it apart from other, similar digital wallet mobile apps that I know are out there where you can, use verifiable credentials?
Yeah, one of the biggest one, the peer-to-peer messaging, I already spoke to, but I would say that there's at least two other things that come to my mind. One of them being that we're working towards internationalization support. So being able to have the app available in multiple languages. And one of the other things I would say is our level of support with the Aries community. We're leading on the forefront of conforming to the Aries standards and being interoperable and innovating. And I've really enjoyed the working with the open source community, and I find that that's been a benefit to this project. So versus being proprietary and closed source, it's been beneficial to be able to work with the open source community and contribute back, and then also be able to benefit from contributions from the community. So I think that's one of our strong points, is that our involvement in the community.
All right, sounds good. So you did touch on it a little bit there, but I don't think we've actually spoken about it before. This is built on open source Hyperledger Aries technology, right? That's kind of like the code base, and then have we altered it, gone from there, put it together in a different way? How did that turn into Holdr Plus?
Yeah, so this is based off of the Hyperledger Aries bifold project, which is a awesome community aimed at providing React Native applications to be able to white label or include into existing applications. Our goal is to have the majority of everything in bifold. Right now, we have a couple of things that need to be contributed back to the community, but the model here is that we're putting everything in the open source, and yeah.
So also, yeah, so right, new features in Holdr Plus will also be in bifold at some point then. Is that kind of what you're saying, or?
Yes, and some of the approach that we've taken in that community is a configurable approach. So, for instance, the default layout in bifold is a 3-tab display. We went with a 5-tab display, but that's something that we're working to contribute back to bifold. Is that can be configurable.
That sounds awesome. So I just got one last question here before we go today, and I'm wondering what's on the roadmap. What's the next steps for Holdr Plus? What are some of the cool features that we're hoping to have out, maybe in the next year or so?
Yeah. One of the ones I'm most excited for is improving the functionality around the peer-to-peer messaging. There's a lot of cool things we want to do there. I think, for instance, deep linking. So rather than scanning a QR code, you receive a link that you can click, and that takes you into the app. Push notifications, so be able to receive notifications while the app is offline. I already mentioned earlier internationalization support. Right now, we have on the docket French and Portuguese support, which is, as I mentioned earlier, is partially due to the open source nature, because there's been contributions helping with those translation efforts, which has been really cool to see.
Okay, awesome. That all sounds super exciting. It looks like that is our time for the day. Thanks so much for joining me again today, James. If you are interested in learning more about decentralized identity and verifiable credentials, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel, and we'll continue to bring you some more educational content. And if you have any questions or specific topics that you'd like for us to cover, please go ahead and leave a comment below. We'll be sure to check those out and read those. Thanks again, James. So if people want to learn more about Holdr Plus, or maybe even use it themselves, where would you suggest they go and find it?
The best place I would point people to is we have a page on the Indicio Tech website under our solutions. And then additionally, you can find it on the Google and Apple app stores.